We have so many shy people. I'm also very shy. Again, you're shy. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And she only speaks when there's 500 audience. Sound system, mics, you know. This is nothing, a small hospital. You know so much.
No, I don't.
Okay. 7 minutes. It's the next one. It's already in my head. I wanted to give surprise. I'm not going to say. That's it. 5 minutes. Anything, recap of the essence of what we're hearing. Anything, what you feel like. Just express. They want to, but come. Sit down. Sit down. Why are you moving here? It's fine. Sit down.
Operating businesses to include all the to Maharaj and all the Vaishnavas and all the the mind just wasn't I was just thinking this morning, actually, I was remembering on class when Guru came to San Francisco the second in '97, and he was telling about Gopi Gita, and he was, I think, what he's singing that one Hare Krishna melody, this one Australian tune. He was singing that, and in between each verse he would like stop and then say like a little bit more what the Gopi was saying, what they were saying next, and then we'd sing more, and it was just like. I mean, I can't remember everything he was saying, but it was like so sweet, like complete after the whole class. I think it was the last class. And
anything you remember?
That's the thing. I don't remember so much. Well, he was saying that all the gopis were sitting, after Krishna left, and then they found, and then Krishna went with Radharani, and then he saw that. The gopis came later and saw, flowers for her, and they saw different things, and then after a while they found her also, and then they were sitting on the banks of the Jamuna, and they were all singing. He's like, they were all singing like this, they were all singing like this, and they were also there, and then, anyways, and then he was also saying to us, when I leave, I want all you girls to all sing like that. Just kind of, I don't think we ever actually did that, and I was just thinking that was, just Gurudev came and just completely, gave us so much, and just so much mercy, and we just didn't take advantage, or I didn't take advantage. I'm just thinking about that, and how, Gurudev's always sending Vaishnavas here to always help us and inspire us. I just need to take advantage of this. Try harder.
Thank you. This is called Ishta Goshti. What gopis were doing, the bank of Jamuna. Ishta Goshti. Isht means once worshipable. But in terms of gopis, worshipable means their beloved, Krishna, is the center of all their activities. Yadone havane lepane. While milking cows, while cleaning home, while cooking, taking care of children, doing all normal household activities. But Krishna is the center of the meditation. Gurudev always used to sing that. New Braj festival. This is how householders and everyone, ashram vasis means the mutt vasis are also kind of householders. They're taking of ashram. But if Krishna is the center of your activity, then everything is bona fide. If Krishna is subtracted, No matter whatever you do, that's not considered to be bona fide. Krishna is the center. This world, this universe created by the Lord. And if we don't greet Him, or if we don't acknowledge Him, then we are ungrateful. So much is given by Him to us. You know? He created this universe just because of us. He created all these facilities for us. He gave us human body, which is superior than other species of life. And if we are not doing Ishtagoshti, means putting Krishna in the center and together congregational chanting. Glories, hearing about Him, speaking about Him, remembering Him. And every day of our life, every single day, even if there are many devotees together or even if at home, every day we should at least to some minimum standard should remember Krishna. Serve Krishna, remember Krishna, worship Krishna, and make every day of our life the most successful, because Krishna is the center of our life. So for the gopis, we are not gopis. Okay, it's a very high standard. It's a very high standard. And we can't jump on that standard. And their center of attraction was Krishna. Whereas our center of attraction is not Krishna. We are trying. We are in the process. This is Abhideya, practicing Krishna consciousness. Practicing Krishna consciousness with whatever qualification we have. A student of 2nd grade is also called student. 4th grade is also student. 10th grade, also student. College, university, also student. Doing PhD, also student. Everyone is student, but different grades. Different level of knowledge and understanding of education. Similarly, we all have different adhikar, different qualifications. There is no point of feeling or making someone letting down that, oh, I know more, you know less. We all are students. Srila Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Maharaj, in that position, when the title is given to him as guardian of devotion, Bhakti Raksha, he said, I'm still a student. Because this is such a vast portion of knowledge and realization. Even Radharani is not completely satisfied. She wants more and more and more. And this makes Krishna more bewildered. Radhika prem vibhu jar badi te nahi thai tathapiyo se khane khane bade sadai. Chaitanya Chaitamya. Radharani prem is vibhu means touching the extreme limits. No one can have access to that level. And it's reached to the ultimate. But Krishna is surprised and astonished to see that still that prem is growing more and more and more, even touching the highest limit. What is that? I don't understand. What is that? I don't understand. This makes Krishna so bewildered and this makes Krishna so restless to understand. So this is the vast ocean of realization. No one can claim or say, oh, I've reached to extreme. We all are students. Therefore, whatever qualification from whatever samskaras we are carrying forward from previous lifetimes, just helping us. But what to do now? Whatever done in the past is done. What to do now? Preparing for the next life samskaras, which is in our control. Previous is many sinful, pious, all together. Some services we might have performed last birth. All together makes us samskars. And one gets birth according to one's samskar from previous birth. And accordingly one gets sadhu sangha and even the understanding of the concept. The many devotees chanting 30-40 years. But even then the concept is not very clear or not very mature. And even a young one, 2-3 years practicing, is very mature. It looks like 2-3 years practicing Krishna consciousness and is very young, but actually it's from previous birth. There's a gap of one birth, senior. One birth senior. So, I've heard many times, Shyamrani Didi in Miami, I heard her speaking to many devotees, and even sometimes I said, Didi, you're so senior, so senior. She said, yes, senior by age. I said, no, but you serve Srila Prabhupada, the pioneer of Krishna consciousness movement. She said, but there's a gap of one birth, or maybe many births. It doesn't matter. So she's saying out of humility, but it's a lesson for us, and which is very true actually, sometimes. Some young boys and girls, they pick up so fast. It's just very high and very heavy samskars. Very heavy samskars. So, how to improve the previous ones and how to develop the new good ones, that is in our control. And every day of practicing, why? You think we are foolish, we are stupid people? I'm encouraging every day all the children. What benefit I'm getting by inspiring them? Am I getting some commission? No. Why? Because I want them to develop this a better samskar, which is going to help them in this lifetime and the next lifetime and many other lifetimes. And just like Srila Gurudev was saying, that after serving my Guru Maharaj for so many years, I'm realizing now what he has given to me. Why he was giving so much to me. I'm realizing this now. So it's not just verbally or theoretical, it is a matter of realization. Gurudev, what you have given to me. And the day when person realizes this, can't stop his tears. And remembering one's Gurudev is just weep and cry. Oh, I don't understand. When you were giving me, I was just taking this so lightly. But today I'm realizing what you have given me. When I see, when I compare myself with others, when I see what I've gone, what I got from you, I can't stop myself remembering you and weeping and crying and saying thank you to you. Thank you so much for making me this, giving me this qualification and eligibility to enter into that something which is very high. Even demigods, they have no access to this. This is what you have given me. And I'm taking this so, right now I'm taking this so lightly. Which is okay, fine. Spiritual life is not that you always have to be very grave and weeping and crying. It's all fun about. Relishing, tasting this, fun. What people do in material world? Sing, dance, party, we also do. Every evening is a party. Tonight again. Kids are ready for that party. Singing, dancing together. And feast. This is all about, right? Spiritual life is fun. So, Gurudev used to tell this. One day you're going to realize what you received, what you got. And I'm praying for that day to come soon. Right now I'm not realizing this. But one day I'm going to realize this. But the words of Shri Gurudev, very strong. I fully 100% believe one day is going to happen. This life, next life. But I'm just begging and requesting him. Please reveal so I can realize this very soon, as soon as possible. And therefore, Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya, read Bhagavatam every day. It gives. I just open one page. I came here. And we start singing. Just open one page. Srimad Bhagavatam, every page, means every chapter, every canto, is full of instructions and encouragement and inspiration. Knowledge is speaking. Just by reading this, the tendency to do sin or any ill thoughts immediately goes away. Just by reading any page, because this is a words spoken by Narad and great personalities. All instructions. How much they are tolerating for us. How much they are tolerating. Can't imagine. So, just like children, they don't understand the gravity of their parents, which is natural. We all gone through this age. Similarly, when the children become parents, then they don't understand. Okay, what my parents are doing. How much they tolerated. So as disciples, we may not realizing this now, or maybe some percentage, but one day we're going to realize the flow of that. I go every day I go to the ocean. It gives me some thought every day. What is this ocean? It's not just counting waves and seeing water, and that's different. Everything has some meaning. Big thought comes. Anyway.
What thought, Maharaj, you can tell us?
Next visit. Let that thought get more condensed. Okay. Hari Bol, Teach. Now I want to hear from you. Anything.
You're talking.
He's very talkative. You always talk. I don't want to hear from you. I want to hear from you.
What do you want me to say, Maharaj?
Anything. What inspires?
Bhagavatam.
This is Ishtagoshi, that's what I'm saying. Everyone is free to glorify Guru, Krishna, whoever. This moment is purifying.
Right. Yes, Prabhupada in the introduction of this Canto 6 said that just by reading this book, one can become God realized. And it's your faith that Prabhupada gives you hope. Reading the Bhagavad Gita, reading the Srimad Bhagavatam. Gurudev also said just reading will not do, but I mean that he tries to give us understanding, especially people. He's probably speaking to people who have been reading that since the 1970s and not really changing. So he's speaking to a huge audience with different experiences simultaneously. But I understand that just reading without guidance of a guru, but my understanding is that if you read it with intent, then a guru will come. But Prabhupada himself either will come there or will send somebody. If you read it with a pure heart, then you become God realized. That's my understanding. Is that the sound vibration of the Sanskrit actually changes the shape of your heart. So I was reading in science, if you put a sound vibration next to anything that's palatable, that can move, that thing starts to move and starts to change shape. If you vibrate some one of those things that vibrates and you hit on a piece of metal, tuning fork, you put it next to something, that thing starts to vibrate and change shape. So my understanding lately is that the sound vibration of Bhagavatam, and Prabhupada said if it's chanting, I don't know the shlokas, but there's that shloka that if it's chanted in a company of other like-minded Vaishnavas who have realized it, then that can start to change your heart, like physically. Just like we're composed of like 70% of water. And back in the 1970s, there was a Japanese scientist who would take little dishes of water, and they're talking kind of about that like last year. And a bunch of people would circle the little thing of water, and they would yell and say, "You're useless, you're ugly, you're nothing." That water became black by talking to a negative sound. Then another dish of water, they would surround in a circle, they talk nice to it, say lovely, how lovely. That dish of water became white and different shape. The shape of the water was different because of the sound vibration. So my understanding is that this is the highest sound vibration coming from a source that is eternal and everlasting, that can never be destroyed. And if we try to chant that, that's why I try to, and if you read the Bhagavad Gita introduction and also in the introduction of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhupada says you're supposed to read it out loud, even if you're alone, right? Because he went through all this work. I mean, as such an elevated scholar with Sanskrit, transliteration, translation, purport, and the purport, such immense amount of work. It was like an urgency. This was published in 1975. If you look at Canto 5, it said it was published, the very last page is Honolulu, 1975 of July. I think that's so amazing because he's such a sense of urgency. Within 2 more years, he published over 7 or 8 more books, each one 200 pages long. Within just 2 years, how can that be possible for a regular human being? Shamrani was there during Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's such an amazing experience. During that same time, 1975, he also published the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita. How is that possible? During just I think 17 months, the entire volumes, if I'm correct. So my understanding is that Prabhupada had such a mission to give us this, and the sound vibration is so valuable and important that we chant and try it. And I know somebody during darshan with Prabhupada, and I don't remember the year or the place, but they asked, does it have to be Sanskrit? Does it have to be Sanskrit? And he paused for a minute. He said, no. The idea is that the message is coming through. In other words, if we don't know how to read the actual Sanskrit, because right in there is a Roman transliteration, we're just pronouncing it based on what we can read in English. And that pronunciation is not going to be perfect, right? But he's saying that just the sound vibration, even though you're not reading actual Sanskrit, it helps understand and it helps change your heart and realization. And if you're not, then even doing the Sanskrit vibration, if you're understanding the message, what's coming through, I believe that's what he said. So I've been trying to read this Bhagavatam, and I'm really happy that this was a topic for this week, because something is magical whenever I start to read it. And I understand maybe now that each one of us is different. I can never be you, you can never be me. This is what my Bart told me when I first came here in 2004. And my grandfather sat me down, my Bart, never met him before. My Bart said, my Bart, talk to this guy. Said me, my Bart looked at me and started saying, I can never be you can never be me. But on and on, I was just listening, and he said, you can never be me, I can never be you. You can never experience what I experienced, I can never experience you. We will be eternally separate. And that was the mission of Prabhupada, to understand that defeat the mind-body philosophy or concept that we're all going to be one. I like the other day, Gurudev was saying that there's a very nice analogy. If you take 2 glasses of water and you pour one glass into the other one, it overflows. It's so simple, but it's very scientific. That glass of water does not still become half a glass of water. It becomes full, and then you overflow. So that half a glass of water can never be 1/2 a glass of water. And even if you look at it scientifically, mathematically, it can never ever happen. So the concept of that, my Bart, tried to explain it from the very beginning, which I agreed. And my experience reading the Bhagavatam, I understand it's not my family, my brother, just or anybody else. Maybe that doesn't really get, I don't understand why they wouldn't want to read it. But then it's okay, that's my experience of reading the Bhagavatam. Every time I open it and see that, and Prabhupada has something, some message every single day.
Every day we learn. You read, and she will hear. And when you complete all cantos, then she will start first canto. Then you have to hear. This is what Shiva and Parvati is doing. First you speak, then she will hear. And she will speak, then you will hear.
Then counter pose.
Yes. Achha. Guru Prabhu, your thoughts? Brahmasmi.
Well, everyone knows that I'm very shy.
Oh, everyone here is shy. Today, this morning program is set up for those who are shy.
No, unfortunately, I'm not very shy. But that's to my detriment because we all know the saying that you don't know a fool until they open their mouth. So you'll hear a bunch of words from me that make no sense, and you'll try to say, oh, did he say something profound? And you'll come to the conclusion, no, he does not. I'm just very grateful, Maharaj, that you're here. I think our whole community is. I've just been thinking a little bit about Guru Tattva and thinking about Gurudev and what Guru means and how over the years specifically you've been really helpful in trying to encourage the younger generation, like our children. You know, you encourage us very, very much, but we're of like this similar generation. But the younger generation and helping them out, and it's a different communication style. It's a different need that they have because we have to play a certain role as parents. That's this dharmic role, and we have to be protector and we have to be corrector, right? And so I was thinking about that and the role that Guru plays as well. Sometimes having to correct us firmly, sometimes giving us loving hugs, trying to encourage us, all of the things that a parent, a best friend would do. These are the things that Gurudev is doing for us. But also on top of all of these material, you can say psychological needs of friendship and love and correction and dharma that say a parent or a friend would do, Gurudev is giving something much, much higher. He's giving pure bhakti. And so everything that he's giving us is for a reason to pull us away from the conceptions and the perspectives and the, I can say, tar pit of the distractions of this material world. And we can see in our own lives, especially with this younger generation, they see it more than I did. In my generation, the internet and these cell phones, that distractions are everywhere. And not only is this, is a little phone just like a little distraction, but it's like a little portal to almost infinite ways that our mind can go into this portal. And we think, oh, this is so terrible because it never was like this when we were young, but actually it's always been like this in the material world, is that we have ways to distract ourselves from Krishna and ways that we can think about Krishna. And so really it's a matter of identifying that and understanding that how is it that we can find the sweetness and the inspiration and the greatness of being in this spiritual consciousness, in this Krishna consciousness that will make that other world that we go into, whether it's internet or work or sports or friendship, whatever your distraction is, make this Krishna consciousness world the world we want to surround ourselves with. And I was really thinking that for our children and for Gurudev didn't. Gurudev, he didn't want us to have this Aishwaryam with him. And yet, it's almost natural when you're a fledgling, conditioned jiva, and you come up against something that's so truthful, so clean, so sweet, so such a representation of what is reality, that you can't help but be shy or be cowarded or pay obeisances, because such a powerful, pure personality. But really, the value of Guru is not in Aishwarya, it's in that loving mood, in that bhakti mood, in that friendship mood. And we can see that this value of Guru and Gurudev's representatives is this idea that we can scour the world for, who will be my true love, who will be my best friend in this life, who will be my partners, who will be my father, my daughters, my sons. But actually, every relationship that we're looking for, the pinnacle of that relationship is a sweet, loving relationship with a Vaishnava. Because that Vaishnava can give us everything that any mundane relationship can give, plus infinity. That infinity is this bhakti. So I wanted to say that I'm very thankful that Maharaj is coming. I'm trying to establish more friendship relationship with the Vaishnavas, and I'm seeing that he is encouraging that friendship relationship with the younger generation as well. So you guys should really take advantage and understand who is my real well-wisher in this life, who can give me exactly what I want in this life. And I'll tell you as honestly as I can, it's the Vaishnavas that come and want to have that relationship with you. Try to establish those relationships to the best of your ability. Try to have a loving connection with those Vaishnavas, and you will receive everything that you're looking for will come. So I just wanted to share that, and thank you again, Maharaj, for coming, and to everyone for coming together.
So as parents, we think like parents, but we also have to think sometimes not as parents, but also as our children, from their understanding. That means we also have to become children with our children. If we always keep in the mood of parents, then children think, they're not our friends, because we're always correcting or guiding or instructing and all that. So there's a gap. So it's not that we don't have to become parents, we have to, but also very friendly. So making a very good mixture, parenting and friendship. Because we have to, just like how to say this, we have to go into their shoe to understand what they understand, what they are feeling, and what they are realizing in this age. What are their priorities? In this age, priority is different. In their age, priority is different. When they grow up 20, 25, priority is going to be different. So actually we have to come down to their level to understand their priorities. And this is how I saw Srila Gurudev was also. He used to come down a very low level so that we can understand his dealings. Otherwise it's very difficult to understand. So he was, Srila Prabhu knows, was. Gurudev was like also Guru, also like father, and also very friendly. Very joking in his room. He used to joke. One time one brahmachari was sitting, just like Rasayan was sitting with 1 feet on your cross leg. Yes, like this. I will not tell his name. In his room. And Gurudev came and said, "What is this?" And he was keep on and shaking his feet. Gurudev gave up. This is how you have to sit in front of your Guru. No, I'm not telling you. So that was one thing. Other time, Gurudev was in his, what do you call, massage gamcha, and he came to Brahmachari and he's like this, like, like a small child, and he gave him a hug like this. So, correcting and also very friendly to that balance. So, to parents, I just want to say that I go around many homes, many parents. Parents are always concerned and worried and protective, but parents also have to become a child. Child cannot become parent. Their understanding is on a very different level. But parents has to become child many times, and also sometimes parents together. So it's a big theory. I'm not going to take much time. You know better than me. So you are also my parents. Hare Krishna. So, what is that morning melody, Ramani? How do you sing Mahamantra in the morning? Morning is different, evening is different, right?
Not sure, did she just say?
Yes. What was that? One line. I want to sing, but I want to learn from you. Or hear from you. Just go back after just before 20 minutes. What was that? Huh? No help. My parents are always helping. She also gets help and just let them explore. We used to have one teacher in school. The other teachers like all subjects, English, Hindi, mathematics. They all come and start on the board. Do this, learn this. We used to have one teacher. I don't remember which language. I think Hindi or English. He used to come and just write one question on the board. So, students, you have to answer this question. I'm not going to disturb you. I'm going out. And I'm going to come after 30 minutes. You have to just, if a person wants to swim, just throw him in water and let him run. Rise on. He was like this. And actually, I'm telling you, it used to come up a lot. Because if teacher is teaching, we're just restricted to that frame only. But if he's not teaching and giving us freedom to just move your hands and feet and to swim your own, then we will just get more and more, exploring more and more things. He was very expert. He was like a psychologist. So no helps. What was that melody? Morning melody?
Want me to say it? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Now you're back. I want to get more of it.